Good morning, Year 3, and welcome back to your literacy pre-recorded virtual lessons. I hope you are all still keeping safe and well. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's lesson as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing your magic tricks that you have drawn for yesterday's lesson get put onto Dojo with all your descriptive words around them. So today we're going to be looking at the same text, but we're going to be thinking about things in a different way. So your learning objective for today's lesson is to illustrate emotions. To be successful in this lesson, you need to be thinking about how you can explain how you would feel if you were in a magical show, if you were watching a magical show. And we're going to be thinking about how other people might be feeling through the pictures in the book if they were at the magical show as well. So let's reread the text. Trust nothing, said Abdul Kazam, but believe everything. He threw his arms into the air and the magic began. Paper flowers blossomed from his sleeves. Silk scarves changed colour at a whispered word. Water poured into a hat, turned into night air. Bright white handkerchiefs became fluttering doves. I hope you were reading along with me there as well. So, again, this is where I would like you to be thinking. If you've got some paper and you want to write down your answers with, fantastic. If you've got an adult next to you that you can pause the video and talk to, that's fantastic too. So the first question that I would like you to be thinking about, who do you think Abdul Kazam is talking to when he says, trust nothing, but believe everything? Trust nothing, but believe everything. Talk to your adult at home, pause the video, have a think. Who do you think he is talking to? Well done, Year 3, and welcome back. So, trust nothing, but believe everything. Now, I would love to hear your ideas, but obviously it's a little bit difficult to do that. So I'm going to be thinking about what perhaps I think he means and who I think he's talking to. So I think he's talking to his audience in this scene. I think he's telling them to believe everything that's shooting out of his hands, all of the magic that he is making. I think that is who he is talking to. He's telling them not to trust anything because a magician has lots of things that they can do. And so you don't trust a magician because you're not quite sure what they're going to do next. But believe everything. You want to believe the magical tricks that he is doing. So I think he is talking to his audience, but you might have a different answer. If you have a different answer that's completely different to what I've said, please tell me on Dojo because I would love to know. So, second question that I'd like you to be thinking about. Who do you think is watching the magic show and how do you think they feel? Okay, so pause the video now. Who do you think is watching the magic show and how do you think they feel? Let me know what you think. Well done, Year 3, thank you. So, who do you think is watching the magic show and how do you think they feel? So, I am going to say that I think he's performing this magic show in a school hall. I think he's got hundreds of children watching him. Imagine our school hall. We're all sitting there, we're all excited, and he is telling us to believe everything that he is doing. He wants to show us his amazing magic tricks. So I think he's showing them to us at our school, to all of the children that are watching, and he wants us to be excited by his magical ability. You might have different ideas, which is absolutely fine. It's great to have different ideas. Some of you might have said he is performing at a circus show. Some of you, like we discussed yesterday, might say he's performing to a live audience on Britain's Got Talent. Fantastic. Well done if you've got lots of different ideas. Do you think everybody would feel the same? If you were watching Abdul Kazam and the magic show, do you think everybody would feel the same way? What I want you to do again is pause the video, have a think. Would everybody feel the same? And then when you're ready, press play and we can see what you think I'm going to say. Okay, off you go. Well done. Thank you and welcome back. So, do you think everybody would feel the same? Now, thinking, this is where you can use your wide knowledge of things that perhaps you already know. So you may know somebody who doesn't like magic tricks. You may know somebody who absolutely loves making up their own magic tricks. You might know somebody who finds them okay. They're okay. They're not the best, but they're not too bad either. So I don't think everybody would feel the same. Maybe somebody is terrified of going to a magic show. They might not like the fact that this magic act is happening. So they could be sitting in the audience looking and feeling terrified. Whereas somebody else sitting next to them might feel ecstatic and happy that they are part of this whole magical atmosphere and they are really enjoying it. So I don't think everybody would feel the same way. So what I want you to be thinking about, and this is going to lead into your main activity, think of the people in the audience. What would their faces look like? Can you picture it in your mind? What would their faces look like as they were watching the magical show? And I'm not going to get you to stop the video here because I'm going to make this lead on to your main task, which is what you're going to be doing, okay? So think about their facial expressions. How would they show whether they were enjoying the show or perhaps they're not enjoying their show? What would their faces look like, okay? So actually, think about it for yourself. Now, if you were somebody who was really, really enjoying watching this magical show, what would your face say to show me that you were enjoying the show? Would you look upset? Would you look terrified? Or would you look happy and excited and smiley at the fact that you were actually seeing this magical show for yourself? Show me your faces. I know I can't see them, but I'm imagining what they're going to look like right now. And maybe take a picture and send it to me on Dojo so I can see. On the other hand, I want you to think about the face that someone might be pulling if they are terrified of magical shows. How would they show that they didn't want to be there or they didn't like it? Would they be happy and smiley, or would their face be pulling a different reaction? Have a go now. Again, if you want to send me a picture, that'd be amazing. Then I can see that you really understood the different facial expressions that people in the audience might be thinking. And it might be that maybe someone's bored about being at the magic show. Maybe it's not exciting enough. What would their face look like? This is going to lead on to your main activity. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to have your literacy books. So you've got your paper already. If you haven't managed to pick up your literacy book, don't worry, just grab some plain paper and take a pen or a pencil. Now you are going to draw the 3 people who are sitting at the front row of this magical show. You are going to draw the expressions on the 3 people. Think about the different emotions for adults and children. Maybe the adults are a little bit bored. So what would their face look like? Maybe the children are excited. They want to carry on watching because they're so happy to be part of this magical show. Or like I said, maybe someone is terrified about being part of this magical act at all. So think about the 3 people, just 3. If you want to do 4, maybe do 4. 3 or 4 people that are sitting at the front row. They all have a different facial expression. They are not all going to be looking the same, okay? So think about how you can draw that, and then what I would like you to do is once you've finished drawing the expression, I would like you to upload it onto Dojo so that me and Mr. Kareem can see the fantastic ideas that you have had about the 3 to 4 people that are sitting in that front row audience and how differently they might all be feeling, okay? See if you can think of your own ideas as well. That would be fantastic. I am very much looking forward to seeing you upload that onto Dojo, and then that will help you with the following lesson, okay? So well done, Year 3. You are working so hard and I'm very, very proud of you, and I'm still loving the fact that I can teach you this way as well. So Draw your picture, show me their amazing facial expressions, what do they look like, make sure you put a lot of detail in, and then upload it onto Dojo when you are finished. Well done, Year 3. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye.